so that, if they convict me, then I wouldn't have too much of a good standing to file a police brutality lawsuit against them. So back now to the pregnancy issue. The day, this is what's amazing, the day I was supposed to go to be sentenced, I went into labor and I went to the hospital. And gave birth to one of the most beautiful daughter that somebody could lay eyes on. And so they have to postpone the sentencing hearing for the next week. And when I went, the judge said, just as my friend told me over the phone, said, the only reason why you will not be going to jail today is because of this baby. But what they have inflicted upon me was to tell me that when I go and get counseling for what have happened to me, that I was getting help from my own problem. So it's inflicted so much mental problem in me that the policeman handled me, brutalized me, injured, did all what they did, and then they said it was my fault and it was my problem. So what they're saying, I deserved what happened to me. But what happened is that the state did not give me any time to recuperate from giving birth. And as you as a woman knows, when a woman gives birth to a child, how vulnerable condition you're in. I was sentenced to go to a mental institution and to do community services, and they fined me thousands of dollars also. So basically, while I was there, I was grabbed up and manhandled and pushed down by mental patient. And I remember two ladies that are my hero today, Dana and Rose. Rose is a Canadian lady, and Dana is a Georgian. And they were so sorry, they were crying to find out that any human being could possibly treat somebody in that manner. I was just so ill. There was just a lot of stuff happening to my body. I was weak. I couldn't stand up. And the reason why they're here, they stood up for me when I couldn't, because they got the patient off of me. And some days they said, go home and be with your baby, and we're going to cover for you. And I will never forget what these two ladies did for me. The reason why I want to bring this into this other situation was that it's not the first time of being brutalized and unjust at the hands of the state of Georgia. And just to show people, when you decide to stand up for your rights, what kind of calamity will these people put you through? Is that they don't think you have rights. They don't think that you should stand up. They think that they'll just knock you down and you lay down and just say, well, the state did it, so what? But to me, the failure to stand up against inequality and injustices constitute no justification, no matter how difficult the task may be. Because the same injustices that you have ignored along the way will not only reoccur, but will continue to be the greatest threats to your liberty wherever you go.
You're right about that.
Yeah.
And thank you so much, Ms. Shelly Nana. You've been a wonderful inspiration just to hear your story. We hope this story will inspire others that have had some type of grievance with major corporations and they have been stronghold, and that justice will finally be brought out to light. Again, thank you for joining On Point. I'm Karen Shirley, and we'll see you next week, same time, same place.
I'll do one other thing. I want you to look in the camera again and introduce yourself again, and just real briefly talk about who you're against and what you want to happen. That's all.
You writing? You writing?
Yeah, as soon as Karen get up. Okay, go ahead.
Again, my name is Shellielle Jahannanon, and the injustices were inflicted against my family by State Farm Insurance Company, Travelers Insurance Company, Regions Mortgage, and its conspirators, Everhome Mortgage Company. And some of the other conspirators also, which filed fraudulent claim against my family, they were Goodman Gable Gold, Adjusters International, and Rollins Construction. And the name of the judge is Judge David Darden. And I just briefly want to touch base, in which we forget, in the fact that 6 years after our disaster, we have not received any insurance compensation, but the judge, David Darden, have basically embezzled funds in the amount of over $128,000, which registered by State Farm to pay a claim, and basically made a court order to give all of those funds to the perpetrators and not to give any money to us to rebuild our home. So 6 years later, all of that funds were embezzled by Judge Darden, and he failed to even let us know the interest accrued over 4 years in those funds, or to give an account what happened to those funds. One of what I want to see happen is that Judge Darden must be put into a situation to explain what happened to those funds, why he embezzled them, and how he have inflicted so much problem in our family for not distributing those monies that belongs to us. So that's also one of what I wanted to see happen, in addition to investigation against the courts, from the lowest court under Judge Darden's control to the highest court in the United States, which is the United States Supreme Court.
Okay, good. And now, did you have anything on your paper that you wanted to add from your paper?
I kind of think that we basically have may just, touch base. We covered a lot. We covered a lot. But that's what we forgot, was the $128,000 in which that judge held 4 years later, and he have dismissed